I am Alexander the Great, brought empires to ashes, and stood before kings who feared even hearing my name. I didn't conquer the world surrendered to me, that's the truth.
Join me in this immersive video as we travel through the life of the man who reshaped the world before turning 33. We'll uncover not only his victories, but also the shadows that followed him all the way to his final days in Babylon. This is the real story behind the legend. But before we begin, I'd like to ask you to leave a like and subscribe so this family can keep growing. Hello, curious minds. Get ready. This is going to change the way you see the past. Welcome to Discovered History. Alexander III of Macedon was born in Pella in 356 BCE, the son of King Philip II and Olympias, a princess from Epirus whose mystical influence shaped his early years. Ancient accounts claim that on the night he was born, the temple of Artemis in Ephesus burned to the ground. A sign, they said, that a force capable of changing the world had arrived. From childhood, Alexander displayed fierce energy, relentless curiosity, and a temper that few could control. At 12, he tamed Bucephalus, the horse no warrior could ride. Philip, astonished, told him,
"Son, find a kingdom worthy of you, because Macedonia is far too small."
In 343 BCE, Alexander began studying under Aristotle, who taught him science, politics, and philosophy, but also planted a powerful idea.
Remember this, the only path forward is to build a world united under a single rule.
Alexander devoured the Iliad and adopted Achilles as his personal model. His ambition grew beyond that of a prince. It became a mission. That mission accelerated in 336 BCE, when Philip II was assassinated under mysterious circumstances. A guard named Pausanias stabbed him as he walked toward the theater at Aegae. Rumors pointed to political rivals, internal plots, even Olympias herself. But what mattered was this. At just 20 years old, Alexander inherited a kingdom surrounded by rebellion, conspiracies, and external threats. To prove his authority, he destroyed the city of Thebes in 335 BCE after it rebelled, believing the young king was weak.
Leave nothing standing, and let the world remember that no one can stand against Alexander the Great.
Alexander didn't just crush the revolt. He turned it into a message. Greece understood that Macedonia remained the dominant power and that its new king would not hesitate. With Greece subdued, Alexander turned to the ancestral enemy, the Persian Empire. In the spring of 334 BCE, he crossed the Hellespont with 40,000 men. Before stepping onto Asian soil, he hurled a spear toward the coast, declaring Asia a gift from the gods. The war had begun. That same year, at the Granicus River, he won his first major victory. Persian satraps attempted to stop him, but Alexander charged with boldness and precision, leading the companion cavalry himself. He crushed the enemy, seized cities, and liberated, or subdued, the Greek cities of Asia Minor. In 333 BCE, destiny brought him to the Battle of Issus, where he faced Darius III for the first time. The Persian king fled, leaving behind his own family. Alexander treated the royal women with respect, a political gesture that strengthened his image. He was no longer just an invader. He was becoming a legitimate alternative to the Persian monarch. In 332 BCE, he conquered Tyre, a fortified island city considered nearly untouchable. Alexander built a massive causeway across the sea to reach it, an engineering feat that revealed his absolute determination.
We're running out of time. The causeway must be finished within a week.
Tyre's fall sent shockwaves across the eastern Mediterranean. That same year, he entered Egypt, where he was welcomed as a liberator. At the Siwa oasis, priests proclaimed him the son of Amun, a moment that elevated his divine aura.
I sanctify you as the sacred heir of the god Amun.
He founded Alexandria, which would later become the intellectual heart of the ancient world.
Do not stop the work. I guarantee this city will stand as a global benchmark.
In 331 BCE, on the plains of Gaugamela, Alexander faced Darius III again, this time in the battle that would decide the fate of the largest empire on earth. With brilliant tactics, he broke the Persian center and forced Darius to flee for the last time. The Persian Empire collapsed. Alexander entered Babylon, Susa, and Persepolis, where he allowed the burning of the royal palace, an act still debated today. But not all battles were fought on foreign soil. Between 330 and 327 BCE, his army was shaken by internal conspiracies and betrayals. Alexander executed Philotas, son of his general Parmenion, and later ordered Parmenian's death to prevent retaliation. He killed Clytus, one of his closest friends, during a drunken argument. These shadows began to erode the image of the just king, replacing it with that of a ruler increasingly distant and absolute.
Here, I'm the one who gets the final word, Alexander the Great.
In 326 BCE, he reached India and faced King Porus at the Hydaspes River. The battle unfolded under storms and against war elephants. Alexander won, but he was deeply impressed by Porus's courage. Yet this victory marked the limit of his expansion. Exhausted, his soldiers refused to march farther, forcing him to turn back. From 324 to 323 BCE, now in Babylon, Alexander faced the death of his closest companion, Hephaestion, a devastating emotional blow. Consumed by grief, he spiraled into rituals, grandiose projects, and impossible plans. His health deteriorated rapidly. On June 10th, 323 BCE, Alexander the Great died at age 32, surrounded by generals already thinking about how to divide his empire. The true cause remains a mystery: illness, poison, malaria, or perhaps simply the exhaustion of a man who tried to conquer the world too quickly. His death did not extinguish his legacy. It ignited the Hellenistic era, reshaped Mediterranean culture, and altered the course of history. Yet behind the myth, one question remains. Was Alexander a visionary hero or a tyrant consumed by ambition? Perhaps, like all great figures, he was both. Remember to subscribe to the channel, leave us a like, and share the video with other history fans. You can activate the notification bell so you don't miss the upcoming videos we'll be releasing about surprising events or ancient civilizations that shaped the world we live in today. Thank you for staying until the end. And remember, here, we don't just tell history, we relive it together.